It's not often, but sometimes a game shows up and delivers just what you need when you least expect it. November isn't exactly my favorite month of the year, so I've been burying myself in without Parole work to stay distracted. And while I thought Deemo Reborn might be a good diversion, I wasn't terribly interested in it leading up to launch. Deemo looked beautiful, but the last thing I needed was yet another VR rhythm game, especially when I didn't realize just how much more to the game there really was. But Deemo Reborn delivers in pretty much every way imaginable, offering up an incredible escape from reality, just when I needed it the most. Deemo Reborn tells the story of a little girl who falls through a window down into a castle inhabited by Deemo, a tall, slender man-looking pianist, and his friend the masked lady. Most of the backstory for all three characters is shrouded in mystery, but the quiet connection between them is undeniable. The little girl does want to go home though, and the only way out seems to be back through the window she fell from, and without a staircase or even a ladder, she relies on Deemo to play the piano, which magically grows a tiny little sprout into a majestic tree for our little protagonist to climb. And this introduces us to the dichotomy of the two video game genres that become the addictive gameplay loop of Deemo Reborn. Because for about half of this 8 to 10 hour adventure, you play as Deemo, sitting at a piano, playing a fairly traditional music rhythm game. This is the Guitar Hero formula through and through. Notes come at you and you just tap the move controllers on the virtual keyboard in front of you in time. You're occasionally responsible for some walk-ups and walk-downs, and on some of the less piano-based songs, percussion hits. It plays like a dream on the easier levels, and when you get into the flow, it really feels like you're actually at a piano. Mastering some of the harder songs and difficulties will take a bit of practice though, and you'll quickly notice the difference between the somewhat mushier feel of Deemo compared to the precision of an Audica or Beat Saber. That's not to say you can't master the controls though, but I found those segments in Deemo to be more of a fun diversion, not something I was compelled to play over and over for the highest combo. If you're intent on doing that, you'll get even more satisfaction and probably 2 to 3 times more gameplay hours out of your experience than I did. Because it's the other half of Deemo that really kept me going. In these segments, you play as the little girl on a somewhat point-and-click style puzzle adventure. The camera angles are static, which compared to the included non-VR version is extremely disappointing. But it's so beautiful that if you never knew what you were missing, it would be hard to complain. The castle isn't terribly large, with only 10 different rooms that you'll slowly unlock, can be traipsing back and forth between pretty much non-stop. But somehow it feels like a fully fleshed out world, and as you solve puzzles, you'll unlock more and more songs to take back to Deemo to play on the piano, making the tree grow, which brings you ever closer to the window in the sky. The puzzles start off easy. In fact, the ones early on were so easy I was concerned that Deemo Reborn would present no challenge at all. But that all changes relatively quickly with some much tougher areas, and I surprisingly finished the game with some puzzles still unsolved, and some sheet music still undiscovered. So there's a lot to do even once you're done. There's one other strange difference between the VR and non-VR version though that still mystifies me. In VR you're given the option to play songs on easy or hard, but the normal difficulty only shows up when playing in non-VR mode. And I'll tell you that using the D-pad and face buttons of the required DualShock 4 in this mode, instead of the move controllers, is far more precise, but far less fun. So there's the music half and the puzzle half, but Deemo Reborn is far more than the sum of its parts. For me, the obvious attraction was the absolutely stunning art design. The entire game looks like a painting come to life, with fantastic animations, character models, and a truly imaginative world. Deemo always stands nearby, like a faithful protector ready to assist you at all times, and personifies the obvious love and care that was infused into the development of Reborn. I know, I'm reading way too much into this, but when the entire game is accompanied by the greatest, most emotional video game soundtrack this side of Ghost Giant, it's hard not to fall in love with this stunning, somber world. I've played a lot of PlayStation VR games over the last few years, but Deemo Reborn is one of the few that I never wanted to stop playing. Deemo is the tale of two games, interwoven in the most beautiful way possible. I never get tired of playing the piano or wandering around the castle solving puzzles, and when doing either advances your progress in the other, it presents one of the most addictive gameplay loops of recent memory. Deemo Reborn is without a doubt one of my favorite PlayStation VR games of the year, and after just a few hours made me start wondering where the adventure mode in Beat Saber is. Who knows, maybe someday.
world